show can be a little gay,
but if you're not,
that's okay.
You can listen and have fun
Either way. Xena, Star Wars, Doctor Who, guests and music and reviews, Game of Thrones, Wynonna too. We promise there's something for you. She nerds out. We're girls that like nerdy things. Nerdy things.
Hello and welcome to the She Nerds Out podcast. From my backyard, I'm Kat.
I'm Wendy.
Cannonball.
This is Tara.
We're going to call this our Super Summer Spectacular episode. We even hired some kids next door to play in the pool.
Yeah. They're killing it, doing a great job.
Listen, every worth every penny.
It was either that or dub in the sound effects.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is easier.
It's like, no, let's just do this live. So that's great. So love that. Hopefully no one is too thoroughly annoyed by that, by kids.
AK.
AK, we're talking to you. So yeah, we're doing, it is Pride Month. I think, summer gets a little hinky because I usually do a lot of traveling in the summer. People have plans. So I don't know how much of my voice you'll be hearing in the next few weeks, but we had to do this. We haven't been together in person in a long time to record. So this is great. This is fun. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
I wish I'd known to bring my bathing suit.
I
but-
know.
Yeah, I know. We could have really made this summary. But before we get started, because we're all together, we're gonna, told you Shira sent home some beers with me.
Was that legal?
I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Don't know. It's a good question. Doesn't
I
matter.
think we talked about that on one that you're really not allowed to.
I don't think you can ship them.
Oh, but you can bring them?
I think you can.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I did.
You're right. Maybe it was a shipping thing.
I think it's
Doesn't
a
matter.
shipping
Either
thing.
way, it's already happened.
Yeah.
So, Shira send me on my way with some beers and some
Oh, is
snacks.
this Shira snacks?
Yeah, you got to have a little salty
Oh.
nosh with your beers. And of course, Shira wrote a lovely, beautiful note that I can't find. So Shira, I'm so sorry. I am the worst person in the world. It was very nice. Basically, that she loves us.
Aw.
And she's so happy that we can finally have some beers.
Aw.
And she always buys us beers to help us keep the lights on here. So she was so excited to actually buy us some real beers.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So why don't we crack these open?
All right.
We can't get too mad at Kat here because Kat's had a really busy week, especially this week too. So there's
A little bit.
yeah,
Thank
she's
you.
been traveling across California.
As I'm getting ready for you guys to come over, I'm like, oh, I gotta get Shira's note. And for the last 10 minutes, I was tearing apart my room. I couldn't find it. Okay, so let's start. I don't know.
Okay.
Ooh, should we start with the blonde? Yeah, we usually start blonde, right? You go light to dark.
Start with the
usually?
best.
I'm not sure. Blonde. Yeah.
Blondes are the best.
Blondes are the best.
So here is a Israeli beer. It is a blonde. It's called Alexander. There's a little turtle that's flying.
Oh.
A little flying
Oh.
turtle.
Hee hee.
I can't read any of the other parts of the label because it is in Hebrew. It just says
Oh,
blonde.
wow.
Yeah.
Fun.
This looks good. This looks good.
You just take the rest, Tara. We've already.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, that looks about
looks
right.
about right.
actually.
Yeah, I think so.
So here's first cheers to Shira. Thank you, Shira.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Cheers.
beer.
Cheers.
We
And
appreciate
what's
you.
the name of this?
This is, I think it's called
Turtle?
Alexander
Fly-
Blonde.
oh,
Alexander
Alexander.
Blonde. Those are the only words in English. And it is an adorable little turtle with little tiny wings on it.
Okay.
Cute.
Yeah. It's a very light blonde summery ale.
I like me a good blonde ale.
Okay.
Delicious. Thank you, Shira. We'll be enjoying the rest of these beers as we go.
Oh, so we're not chugging them right now?
No, we can do that.
Oh, I didn't know if we were doing
I
like
wanna
throwing them
savor
back.
them.
When
We've got a whole podcast.
Okay.
Let's
Oh,
savor.
okay.
And
All
then
right.
we'll.
We're going to
right.
savor. Another cheers
Yeah.
to Shira.
All right.
All right, so let's do a little This Week in Snooping. And as Tara alluded to, since I've recovered from COVID, I've been very busy. First of all, Tara gave Leah, who's my wife, I'm married to her. Tara, you gave us your ACFC tickets, Angel City Football Club tickets,
Yes.
a couple weeks ago, and it was awesome.
Okay. Well, I first have to thank they weren't really mine.
Okay.
So they were mine, but
Right.
they were given to me by my new neighbor, my great new neighborhood.
Oh.
So we always see this woman walking her dog Archie.
Oh.
And we've also seen this house on the end of the cul-de-sac that has an ACFC
Oh.
sticker on the back of their
Amazing.
car. So one day, Rachel and I were walking Charlie. Sorry, this is turning into a much longer-winded
no,
story.
no, I
and we
love it.
saw the car with the ACFC sticker. And we're like, are those our people? So we followed them. We're like, come on, Charlie. So, of course, we walk Charlie to the end of the cul-de-sac. We're like, hurry up, because before they get out of their car. So we go down there, and we see Gracie, who was usually walking Archie, get out of the car, and 2 other people. And it turns out Gracie lives there with her mother, who's also named Wendy.
Oh.
And Wendy has the season tickets to ACFC.
Awesome.
And right now, Wendy is going through chemotherapy.
Oh, boy.
So she is unable to make some of the games.
Yeah.
And just on and off, they can't make them anyway.
Yeah.
It's just something that happens when you have season tickets. But she says more so lately, she hasn't been able to go. So she said, if you guys ever want to go, I will let you know when I'm not able to go. If we would love them, because sometimes they just don't go.
to use,
They just don't get used. So we said, oh my gosh, yes, please. So she wrote me, and when I was in Texas, went to see my dad recently. So and said, hey, we got the tickets. Do you want to go? And I said, I can't go. I'm out of town, but my friend hasn't gone yet. I would love to get, So, it worked out. So
it was perfect.
They were very kind,
That's very sweet. Well, thank her for us, please, because we had a great time. And we'd never been, and it was amazing. I get it. Great seats, first of all, which helps. But, it doesn't seem like there's a bad seat in that stadium. It's a beautiful stadium. It's not too big.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. It was exciting. We didn't win, but that's okay. And of course, Noe and Banana Cat were there, so we saw them at the at halftime. And then we went to the bar after, the rooftop bar.
Oh, you got in the booth. Okay,
nice.
nice.
Noe got us in. And it was great. We had a great time, and I get it. I'm totally, I get it. It's a very enthusiastic, fun atmosphere.
Yeah. So glad
I totally get it.
you're able to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
me
went
too.
to the game last night, the Pride game.
Yeah.
So that was even more. Okay, y'all, last night they had, they played these little vignette videos before the game of various things. So they are playing this one of these Australian skydivers that travel, basically, they're traveling the U.S.
Yeah.
And they jump out of planes with Pride, various queer flags, so they got the trans flag, non-binary flag,
Nice.
Just all the flags. So they'll just fly over. They'll have signs that say, I don't know, just like vote or things like that. Just get the word out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that's cool. And then all of a sudden, the police helicopter kept going around the stadium because there are some protests and
night.
Yeah. So I was like,
sure.
oh, okay, that keeps flying around. And then I looked above it, and there was another helicopter way above it. And I was like, oh, look at that tiny little helicopter way above that one. And then all of a sudden, the announcer comes on. They're like, here they come. And these women jumped out of this freaking plane. They're like, okay, here comes the first one to jump. She's got 20,000 jumps under her belt. She's coming in with the transgender flag. So we're looking up, and these people are just jumping out of this helicopter above the stadium. It was the coolest thing they've ever done there, I think. And so there were 4 of them. So they're floating around, and you see them. They disappear from behind the stadium, and you're like, oh, no, where they go? Are they okay? And then all of a sudden, they just just come down and land on the field with these huge flags. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Amazing.
And then you just wait another few minutes, and another one would fall out of the helicopter. So it was really neat.
This is during the game.
Well, this was right before the game, during the game. Yeah, they had to avoid the players.
That would be a little distracting.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But I just thought, oh, what a cute video. And then they're like, look in the sky.
And here they are
they're just
now.
like people falling out of the plane, So it was
That's awesome.
out of the helicopter. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, that's
So
pretty
it was a
good.
time.
They know how to show you a good time at the stadium.
They do.
And so
Did they win?
No, we tied.
Okay.
We tied. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So then to continue on my adventures these last couple weeks, I went to the Hollywood Bowl. So I drove Leah up to to get her settled in for the AIDS life cycle, which it was the last ride this year, so it's no longer it was the last one.
Are you kidding me?
No.
How is that even a thing?
Because all the vendors and stuff, the prices were going up so much. There was less and less money to go to the AIDS HIV services, and the management's like, we just can't. It doesn't feel right to do this. So
That's too bad.
but they're San Francisco AIDS Foundation and LA LGBTQ Center is going to have shorter rides. They've announced for next year, so like 3-day rides as opposed to 7 days. So
yeah, explain what that is for people that don't know.
so
by the
AIDS
way.
Life Cycle, it's a 7-day supported ride You have to fundraise to be a participant, either a rider or a roadie, which is a roadie like helps in many different positions. But you ride 545 miles from San Francisco to Los Angeles, and it's for AIDS services, advocacy, and over the 30 years that they've been doing it, they've raised over $300 million for AIDS and HIV.
Wow.
Awareness services, everything. So incredible, great work. It's called the Love Bubble. It's like a little tent city that travels down the coast for 7 days. I've done it twice. My wife has done it over 4 times. She's volunteered 1 year. Like, she's insane. She can't get enough. I was like, you know what, I'm done. I think I'm good. But if you love to cycle, there's going to be more events coming up. It's a great way to be involved.
I would love to do one of the shorter rides.
Yeah.
I think the 7-day.
It's a lot.
Just
Tara.
training for the 100-mile ride, like that was a lot of training.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that 7 days in a row.
So, like, there's 2 centuries on the ride. Like, the shortest day, I think, is like 40, but there's like an 80 and a 60. Like, it's
No,
intense.
man.
It's really intense.
And that's not some easy terrain that you're
It's
going
not.
on. No.
It's a lot of hills, a lot of elevation. So but it's a great experience, great ride. So I was driving Leah up to San Francisco to send her on her way. I was driving, and then I drive back home that morning that they left San Francisco because I had tickets to the Hollywood Bowl to see Dimension 20 live, which is a live D&D
Oh my goodness.
play show. And it was worth it. I had the best time. It was so fun to be.
1, 2.
Yeah,
We're watching them
did
play.
we drive by that?
D&D?
Oh, I drove
watching them
by
play.
and
Did
was
you?
like Dimension 20, and I was like,
Yeah.
Well, Rachel told me, oh, it's a live.
Like, what band is
D&D.
that?
It's like, what's the group that does it? The other
Critical
group.
Role.
Critical Role is like the big.
Yeah.
Like, but
Yeah.
she said this is a more succinct kind of like they edit theirs down a little bit better. It's a little more fun.
It's more accessible.
Okay.
If you've never watched it, if you have no idea what it is, it's still an enjoyable show to watch because it's 7 very talented, funny comedians, improv comics, telling a story together, and it's the most fun
wow.
ever. So if you're gonna try to like get into a live play situation, I would say Dimension 20.
Okay.
And anyways, it was so fun.
You
It
just
was-
watch these people play, all
Yeah.
sitting in the Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's so fun.
Okay, so they just had like the cameras. I would think this would be really, you don't. It's not really immersive in the music like normal, like a
Sure.
normal Hollywood Bowl show.
Of
so
course, yeah. So yeah,
you're really reliant on the screens.
So on the big screen, you see all the players at once, including the DM.
Okay.
But then you can also see them on stage, and they have costumes and props, and
Oh,
there's
fun. Okay.
like special effects cues going off. It is interactive because they're like, okay, everybody, open up your phone and roll the dice, and we'll take the average of everybody's roll. Like, kind of get involved. It was really fun, and
Yeah.
it was like these established characters from this one particular campaign, and so you know all the inside jokes, and there's like payoffs from seasons ago. It was just so
Okay.
fun. It was
That's
great.
fun.
Ridiculous, amazing. I had a great time. So the next day, cool, I'm done. I'm gonna go meet Leah in King City, which is the second night. So I missed night
You
one.
drove back up.
So I load
Wow.
up the van, and all of her stuff's in it for the rest of the ride. All of her her kits, her bike cycling clothes, and her snacks and whatever. So I'm driving along the 5 freeway. In the van, I
Oh,
hear
no.
a loud bang, a very loud, scary noise. I'm like, that must be a flat tire. So I'm making my way to the far right lane. Of course, there's no shoulder at this part of the 5 because there's construction going
course
on.
not.
There's always construction going on. And I'm like, okay, I'll just go to where there is a shoulder. And I was putting my foot on the gas. Car wasn't moving. So I rolled to a stop in on the 5 freeway, the far right lane, which is, of course, a very popular trucking lane. Like, this is a huge trucking
Yeah.
route through up and down the coast of the whole United States. So there's like huge semi trucks. I realize I'm in trouble, so I put on the hazards and I jump out of the car as fast. I crawl
Yeah.
over to the other
Smart.
passenger side. I get out of
Smart.
the car and I'm like, okay, at least I'm not going to die today. And then a very nice CHP officer came. He set up cones and stuff
Oh,
to
nice.
make a little distance because there's a couple close calls.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
scary.
I thought the van was done. I thought I was
Ooh,
going to watch
wow.
this van with all of our belongings just get destroyed.
Obliterated.
But it didn't happen. Got a tow truck, took it to a shop locally up there in Castaic. Shout out to
So you were
NB
like at the
Automotive.
Grapevine
I was
type of area.
Thank God before.
Oh, okay.
Like between
That is like the worst trucking area.
between like Magic Mountain and Pyramid Lake, which
Oh,
is
okay.
still like, you know, it's a lot of trucks. So anyway, she blew the drive shaft. One end just blew right off.
Blew that drive shaft.
So
Come on, van.
ends up the mechanic's like, yeah, we're gonna have to like actually build you a drive shaft because they don't make they don't make these
God.
anymore. Like, cool. So I stay the night in this really shitty hotel in Castaic where I open up my window and I'm looking at the 5 exit, like the you know, the highway exit. I'm like, if a semi loses its brakes, he's coming right in my fucking room.
Wow.
Stay the night. I drive back. I get a ride back to home the next day. I take the Subaru. God bless the Subaru. Drive it back to the van. Put everything in the Subaru that Leah needed, and then I hauled ass up to Paso Robles.
Did Leah have enough stuff to get through that
She had to
nice?
borrow some shorts
Because
from
that's always fun when
someone.
you're cycling. Because usually you have your specific stuff that
Oh,
you
yeah.
have that fits you, that won't rub, that won't chafe. You know.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was able to meet up with her. I spent the rest of the week coming down, you know, following them down, cheering them on. And I went to go get the van on Thursday. I drove all the way home from Lompoc. Went to get the van. Drive shaft's fixed, but the transmission's all fucked up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm taking it to my mechanic. So I drove. It took me an hour to get home, driving on side streets. Anyway, doesn't matter because ALC it was a great event. We had a great time. They raised a lot of money. They made it home yesterday. They just made it home yesterday. Leah and our 2 friends are in the house now recovering.
Collapsed on the couch.
Completely collapsed on the couch. So it was a very exciting week. It wasn't the week that I thought I was going to have, but everyone's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully the van will get fixed on Monday.
Wow, you did a lot of extra driving there.
I did a lot of driving.
Yeah.
So it's hard to complain to Leah that I'm tired because she did 500. And
Right.
so, because of the PCH, it's usually they come down the PCH. It's because of the fires and shit.
yeah.
They rerouted them through the valley.
Oh God.
So they went through the valley and then went down Sepulveda Pass to get to Santa Monica. So, anyways, ALC. Great event. They're morphing, they're adapting, they're changing, but for 30 years it's been an institution.
Yeah.
Like,
Can't believe that.
I know, it's really sad, but you know, you got to move with the times.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, I'm sure we'll hear about them in the future.
All right.
That's me.
Quite a week.
Thank you. I need a beer. Should we do
Yeah.
this?
Yes.
Yeah.
The next one.
Which
Okay,
one's
the next
This
one.
guy here?
I don't know. You
So
tell
Shira,
me.
that's part of why that we don't have your note here.
Yes.
But we
There's
love
a
you. Really appreciate you.
Little
Exactly.
man trying to catch a bird with a twig in its mouth. I don't know
Ooh.
what this is.
This is a Okay, it just says pale ale, and then I think what does that one say, Tara?
This is IPA.
Okay, so maybe we do the pale,
Okay.
and then the IPA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, and it's no. As you say, there's no. I'm sure the name is cute and awesome. I'll ask Leah later. Here
Boy
we go.
catching bird.
While you pour, I'll start on.
Yes,
well, you know,
please.
we talked about the pride and then saying jumping out of the helicopters.
Yes.
Took me off guard. Okay, some things I'm not proud of that I learned this week.
Oh no.
These are really not, high importance items, but
Okay.
just think I
Oh.
learned.
You want a little
Oh, yeah,
more?
cheers.
Do you need a little more? Looks like you don't
It's
have
okay. It's okay. I've got a strong other beer going here.
All right.
Let's do this first. I like this one. This one's smooth.
It's good.
It's subtle.
It's delicious.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I love pumpkin everything. You
Sure.
know, of pumpkin flavored everything. Yeah. Pumpkin spice lattes, pumpkin pancakes. You give me a pumpkin muffin. So I've been making coffee and with like pumpkin spice in there, and I learned this week, that pumpkin spice has no actual pumpkin flavor in it.
Oh. Okay.
It's spice for pumpkins.
Oh.
For pumpkin flavor,
So it's like nutmeg and
Yes.
cinnamon.
So the content of pumpkin spice is like allspice. Yeah, nutmeg, cinnamon.
Yeah.
There's no like pumpkin flavor.
Probably cloves.
Yeah, which I'm like, what? So that was really upsetting to me.
What? Yeah, that's like, it's kind of an existential crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like when you get a pumpkin spice latte, they put like a pumpkin syrup in there, pumpkin flavor syrup maybe,
Okay.
and then they put the pumpkin spice in
spices
there.
and shit, yeah.
But I'm like, how? To me, it tastes like a pumpkin, and
Well, maybe
pumpkin spice.
Maybe,
I put pumpkin spice on,
maybe that tells us that the actual flavor of pumpkin is kind of weak, and this other stuff is really what brings out.
Okay.
I don't know.
I guess so. I was just a little disappointed. That's all. The other thing that shocked me to my core.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
That so my poor cat Duncan, he went to the vet this week.
Oh no.
He's
What's going on?
He has these little cysts in his ears that they've been misdiagnosing as ear mites forever.
Oh my God.
And giving him just like a clean and antibiotic whatever stuff.
That's a big misdiagnosis.
Yeah, and so I took him to another vet for a third opinion,
Good
which
for
I'm really
you.
glad.
Smart.
And she did the swab, and she goes, "Yeah, I don't think these are ear mites." And she got her giant
Yeah.
I call it the telescope. That's what I call it. So she, from across the street, she looks inside Duncan's ears.
Oh, Dunky.
And found, he's got these. They, kind of, but they look like, they're little cysts, like little like blackhead-looking things, and they periodically will rupture. And this stuff comes out of it that looks like ear mite, the same kind of brown gunk that looks like ear mites.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So she said no amount of cleaning will get rid of them. No amount of, whatever injections you're going to give for allergies or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I've been buying him this special flea stuff that also gets rid of ear mites. And I'm like, well, what the hell? It's just not. So she says he has to go to a cat dermatologist to get them ablated.
Oh, boy.
So they have to put him under anesthesia.
No.
And
cook them off.
Like
fry them off.
Like go into his ear
Burn 'em.
canal, because she said she could do them if they were just on the outside, but she thinks they go all the way in. So I got to go
Oh, baby.
to the cat dermatologist.
Shit.
Okay, and then
That sounds inexpensive.
yeah, I know, right? So, and then she's like, well, he also has the gastrointestinal issue, so we're going to put him on a hydrolyzed diet. So now he's on a really fun, one protein, disgusting tasting food, but he's eating it. At least he's eating
Alright,
it. Some cats
okay.
don't
As long
eat
as
it
they
at all.
eat it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for now, he's eating it, probably out of just like desperation, because he can't get any other treats.
No, you know what?
Oh,
If they don't like
boy.
it, they won't eat it.
Okay, so
So-
he's been doing
Okay,
it,
good.
and so because I feel so bad, I've been giving him catnip, because you can still give him some catnip.
Oh, yeah.
Well, here is where I found out.
Oh, no.
I look and I'm like, and I Googled first. I said, can a cat on hydrolyzed diet get catnip? I said yes.
Okay.
And then I look at the ingredients. I was just looking at the ingredients, and it said the ingredients of catnip are catnip and flowers. And I said, well, what the fuck is catnip? What is it?
Yeah. It's a plant, right?
And then, and then
don't
Rachel, well, I don't know either. I thought it was just something they made for cats.
Oh.
And then Rachel goes, no, it's catnip.
Yeah. You can buy.
And I was like, yeah, but what the fuck do you mean? And she's like, well, it's catnip. It's catnip.
Who's on first?
And I was like, okay, I get it.
Stop saying it's catnip.
Yeah. And she's like, no, it's like a plant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can buy it. Like.
And I was like,
it's a-
what?
it's like a
and
green-
flowers.
Yeah, that's
And
weird.
yeah, so it's like, yeah, and then I go, well, no, that makes no sense. So they just happen to have, okay, who named this plant catnip? Did they name it catnip before they knew
No,
it's
probably
cat
back in
attraction
the
today,
day.
you know?
Cats were always around whatever this plant was.
Going wacky.
I don't know where they got the nip. Maybe they were nipping at it.
Yeah, so yeah, and we did look it up, and it is something about the 17th century England.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there
Something
you go.
cat there's the word cat is in the long,
Okay.
plant name.
Sure.
But yeah, so I was
That's
like, well,
amazing.
which came first, the cat or this flower? The
cat or the
you know?
nip?
Is it shaped like a cat? Like I really wanted to look it up, and it's like on a
shaped like
a chia pet growing out of a chia pet cat.
They do have
shape.
they do have
shaped
chia
like a
pet
cat.
catnip.
I know.
That's
so
adorable.
so those two things, the pumpkin spice thing and the catnip
Oh,
thing,
you had
is
a
really,
rough week.
I did, so that's all
Your
or
whole
Duncan
life
can
is
get
like
right now.
upside down.
So I'm like, here's some
Aw.
flowers, buddy. I'm sorry, but he's been eating it.
But they like
I
flowers.
did order him an outdoor cat house that he can now go in. Wendy has the same one for her cats, so you put it up next to the door so they can go outside.
I
You
love
shut
it.
them inside
It's
of
like a
it,
little
and they can
catio.
sit outside. Catio, a portable catio. So
That's great.
he's got that on the way.
He's a very
yeah.
lucky kitty.
Yeah,
He's
so
lucky to have
I'll
you.
figure out that dermatology appointment, but I just felt so bad that I was like, oh, this whole time we've just, but
Well, it's
I'm
so-
glad she knew. She
Well,
saw
listen,
it right away.
honestly, like always get a second and third opinion.
Yeah.
Especially with pets. Like, it's because they can't tell you what's wrong. You know,
Right.
it's worth going to a couple of other people.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, you just want them to be happy.
Yeah. So we'll get it figured out.
Well, you're a good cat mom.
Take care of that.
Just put it
baby.
on that care credit. Thank God. 0% interest for 18 months.
Oy, boy.
Honestly, care credit. Shout out.
Shout out.
I got a
Shout
little money
out.
on care credit myself because of
Yeah,
cats.
that's
so.
how Charlie got her emergency surgery, and I mean, I'm still paying
Right.
off $13,000, but that's cool. That's
Holy
cool.
shit. Yeah.
Pets
14,000 now.
Listen, you know,
After
we
this.
we refuse to add up all of the money we spent on Cooper his last 2 years because we just don't want to know.
No,
It's better that we don't.
No.
nah.
All right, let's do the last beer.
All right.
Let's do this
Ooh,
before
okay.
Wendy tells us about her
Okay.
snipping.
My story will get more interesting the more
Yes,
of these I
let's do
drink.
that.
So we have Bindi by Beer Bazaar. It's an
Ooh,
IPA.
okay.
It says fresh, craft, unfiltered, and there's a Buddha on it.
It's a cute can.
Yeah, it's a really cool
You should-
can.
you should keep that
Yeah, I
can,
think I
Tara.
will. Was working on the Pod Pub today.
Amazing.
so
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink the last little bit
You
of
gotta
this.
do that.
Don't mix them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just so, you know, it's
yeah.
so not done.
Okay.
It's like a wine
Here we go.
tasting.
Beer go.
Thank you.
Passing that around.
So, well, we'll taste this, and then I'll
There you go, Wendy.
regale you all with my snopping stories.
Those kids are doing a great
I
job.
feel like I got a
Their
little
stamina is inspiring.
It's impressive. Yeah, I'm so glad they're still having
Your-
fun.
Yeah.
Can.
Thank you.
All right. So, what is this called? Bindi?
This is Bindi.
Bindi.
Thank you again, Shira. We appreciate you. And
Yeah.
we'll
To
see
Shira.
see how this third one is, and then we'll rate them all
Okay.
later.
Yum, 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 yum.
Mm.
Oh,
Also
Just a
flavorful.
smooth IPA.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm,
It's not too IPA-y.
right.
Yeah.
It's definitely IPA, but not too
But
IPA.
not too IPA.
Yeah.
This is very good. Not too
Ooh,
hoppy.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well done. All right, Wendy, regale us.
All right. So, my snopping adventure goes back. Let's go back a week, shall we? The magnificent, the mesmerizing, the elegant Genevieve O'Reilly graced our station's doors to appear on California Live.
How would one know Genevieve O'Reilly?
She has portrayed Mon Mothma
Mon-
in Star
Oh.
Wars. If we let it slip away for the last 20 years.
20
living-
years.
Because that was when
Yeah.
she was first cast in Revenge of the Sith.
That's
they cut her
right.
parts.
That was her?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Back
Same
then?
person, yep.
Isn't that incredible?
My God, she doesn't fucking age.
No, an incredible
Well,
casting.
if you look at pictures back then, yeah, she looks a lot younger. but
Whoa.
Yeah.
But also, like, cool that they kept her. And
yeah.
her, like, that she's done the voice for the animated stuff. But also, like, what an incredible actress. What an incredible casting agent at that time to see. Because I'm guessing she
Well,
hadn't really been known back then, right?
Not as much as she's done more since then, but she
she's
tells the story that she
amazing.
was like, I was the palest person in Sydney where they cast. But let me tell you, I mean, not that I chatted with her, but when you see her speak, when you see her on all these
Oh,
press tours,
man.
she walks in, she is Mon
Yeah,
Mothma.
very regal.
Very
presence.
regal. It's
Yeah.
not like she's like, oh my God, I'm so glad I got this part. She is Mon Mothma.
Amazing. I love this.
So she came to be on our show California Live because Disney, was saying, hey, do you want Genevieve O'Reilly or whatever? And our EP said, yeah, because she'd heard me yapping about it.
Oh, good.
So you've really influenced.
So basically,
I mean,
you
I don't know if that's why she
booked
said yes,
her.
but I know she was very excited to tell me that we had booked her.
That's
So,
amazing. That's awesome.
so she can't, and let me tell you, when celebrities come to be on our show, there's different levels. Like sometimes they're alone, sometimes they have a person with them,
Sure.
sometimes they have an entourage
She
with
was
them.
in person.
She was in person,
Amazing.
yes. She had an entourage.
Okay.
Not by her own, like, I'm Genevieve O'Reilly, I need all my people. It was like Disney.
Of
you
course.
need all of us
Hair,
with you.
makeup.
We're sitting, there were at least 3 Disney or
Execs,
Lucasfilm reps.
of
There was a
course.
hair,
Wow.
there was a makeup.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
she had a person. So it was a full entourage
That
of
makes
people.
sense.
So I saw them going in our green room,
Very
and then the door
nice.
was shut. They
Oh.
were getting
Oh.
her ready.
Okay.
Can you imagine how great we'd all look all the time if we just had an entourage
A team.
of people?
I'd love a team.
Yeah, I'd love a
Please,
team.
give me a
God,
team.
just once.
We need a team.
just once. I'd like to hire us a team.
Let's hire us a team.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next convention we go to, we're getting we're getting a
Please,
team.
let's do it.
Yes,
I'm
let's
not
get a
joking.
team.
I'm not either.
I want to do it.
I
I
want
want
to
to
see
know.
what I would look like with help.
I want to know. Yeah.
No, we're getting a team.
Okay. All right.
And we're just letting them do to us what
Yes.
they think is
Whatever
best.
Like, oh my god. Oh god. That would be great. Okay,
Oh,
we're
man.
getting
It
a
looks
team.
so
Okay.
good.
We might have to do a fundraiser for the team, but
More
I think-
beers, please.
I think it'll be worth it.
Okay. Buy us a team. 'Cause, yeah, I want to know.
Oh my god! Amazing.
And then invite us to an event so we can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was a little, because I was directing the show. So, you know,
Yeah,
but
no
I
big
was
deal.
pretty
Just
much ready.
the director.
So, but also stupid. They did us cut in for stupid Trump and Musk's breakup. Like, not the breakup that we've seen lately, but we're like, oh, he's been great, but he's stepping his whatever. But I didn't care. I was just like, don't screw up our show and
Yeah,
make us go to the
please
backup
don't.
studio where it looks like crap. So I was worried about that. So then we found out, okay, no, we're fine. We can go out the main studio. But it was getting close to time where I had to do the show.
Yeah.
And my friend, like, none of the producers that normally would handle the guests, like, it wasn't a guest that they booked. So no one was coming in.
Oh.
The EP didn't really come in to talk
What?
to deal with her. I mean, they talked to her, but yet the host went in and she was talking about questions and,
Okay.
you know, like, what can we talk about, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, well, I don't want to just barge in, but I really want to meet her. So it was like, and then the show was getting closer and my window was getting smaller and no one was saying, hey, Wendy, come meet this person you've been so excited to see.
Yeah.
So I heard the host say, oh, our director, she was telling me all about the show, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, there we go.
That's me.
So I went in, I'm like, oh, I hear my ears burning. And I just like, and she's like, oh, here's our director. I'm like, hi, I just want to say I love the show. And I don't know what I said. And then I
Have
heard
your
one of
little
her.
Mon Mothma figure with you.
No.
Oh man, that
Of
was
course
so
not.
great.
But here's the thing. Because you never know how it's going to go.
Of course.
So I did put my Andor season 2 poster in my bag, and I just grabbed all the silver and black pens I had.
Yeah.
I have a surprising number of silver markers, so I grabbed all of them and threw them in my purse. Just in case.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I shook her hand, I talked to her for a minute, and then I stood there because they were still talking like the show and whatever. And then one of our producers came back with the other guest, and I was just got out of the way. So I didn't get like a pic. I didn't get to
Okay.
hang out. But I got to meet her.
You spoke
Yeah,
with
I
her.
that's
spoke
awesome.
with Mon Mothma.
How tall is she?
She's actually, I looked her up. She's my height, but I think she
Okay.
had some heels, so she looked
Okay.
like, I mean, she looks like very,
Incredible.
Right.
you know, like statuesque.
I'm so glad you got to meet her.
Me too.
That's a
me
big
too.
deal.
Because then that night, she was, oh, believe me, look, Disney was running them through. So she was on another station. I think it was Fox or maybe the ABC station. She was on another station earlier
Yeah.
that morning.
Yeah.
She came to ours. They did, the Andor cast and producers did a SAG event that afternoon. They did
wow.
the Paley Center event that I went to that night.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, that's the same day.
It was all the same day. And then the next day they did Disney for Your Consideration. And who knows how many more interviews. So they were, and then after the event I
Huh.
went to, they all walked out the side door and there were all these black SUVs with Disney little cards in the
Wow.
front.
Whoa.
Like Disney was like, all right, let's roll them out. Next
Like the
thing, you
Secret
know.
Service.
Yeah, it literally
Jeez.
was. But it was great. The event was great. They screened an episode.
Awesome.
And then they, it was fun. Diego Luna is adorable.
Is he?
He is so fun. He was funny. He was cute. Like, I really liked him. I mean, I already did, but I didn't know he
Sure.
was that, like, just kind of charming
Personable.
and funny, you know? Patton Oswalt was the host, which
Okay.
he's like, oh, I love this show so much. This is a big fan. And I'm sure he does love it, but he asked, like, especially one question. I'm like, you didn't get what happened in that scene at all, did you?
You don't
And then
remember
the actress,
question?
it was something about, oh, like, spoiler. Well, you've seen it.
Yeah.
But you know, when Bix chooses to leave, and
Yes.
she's not doing so because, like, oh, I just have to choose to live my own life. It's like she values the rebellion
knows
and
that
she's leaving.
He needs to stay.
That's
And
her
also
part in the
because, you
rebellion,
know,
yeah.
with child and
Sure.
all that. So he was like, so it was great that she just said, no, I need to, you know, value my own life and step aside.
God.
And she was like, well, I really think she was doing it because, you know.
That's
She's
weird.
really kind of a hero in a way. In
Yeah.
a big
yeah.
way,
It was
you
actually
know?
a sacrifice. That
Yeah,
she made.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It was
Yeah.
weird, but the rest of
Yeah.
it he seemed to know, and but it was a very entertaining.
Good.
Tony Gilroy's funny. Ben Mendelsohn was there; he was hysterical.
Okay.
So that was my day with Mon Mothma.
Did anyone was the question of like, hey Tony, you gonna do any more Star Wars? Did that come up?
Not there, but he's been asked. He's like, not right now.
Okay. I'm sure he has other stuff. But boy, he was good.
God, he was
What a good show.
I know, but I think it was so good because but they had a lot of very like Star Wars, you know, references or
Yeah.
Easter eggy things, but not an annoying amount. Like he knew enough to put stuff in there and
And
keep
I'm
it
sure
true.
I'm sure there must be some sort of like, you know, Star Wars consultant.
I would
of like,
imagine.
hey Tony, this would be a good place to put this.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean? Like that's
How cool would that job be?
unless is he a Star Wars guy? Did he you know?
I don't know. I don't.
Didn't you
know
say he's
that he
more of a,
was.
like a he's more into like his
political-
Well, he's
yeah,
the
you like-
Bourne. He's the Bourne guy.
Yeah.
He
Oh, is
directed
he?
all the
Oh, I
Bourne.
love the Bourne,
Yeah, the Bourne
yeah.
identity stuff. Yeah.
I always feel so like I'm being so pompous when I say it like this, but he's a student of history, and he like that's his
Yeah.
thing. Like he knows history. It's like this is when people are like, "Are you making this show because of what's going on now?" He's like, "No, this stuff's gone on forever, like
Yeah.
over and over.
This
This is
isn't
new.
new.
And that was where he was coming from on this. So,
Okay.
but he was great.
Cool. Okay.
But yeah, that was my day with Mon.
Okay.
So to speak. But I had, because I didn't know, 'cause the host, she was like, I don't know what that, yeah, I might need questions, blah, blah, blah. So they didn't. But I came up with some good questions on my own.
What did you
Nice.
come up with?
Well, just like I wanted to ask her about what would we have seen if they'd had the time to explore, which I still want to know. Mon's transition from being a senator to leader of the rebellion, cutting her hair, she leaves her whole fancy posh life behind. Like, what would that have been
I mean,
like?
that's an interesting scene, right? Where she's
Yeah.
finally alone in her own little room.
Now, what have I done?
And like, there's nothing. I have nothing. I don't have a team.
Yeah.
I wanted right.
Yeah. Yeah, because she has lived her whole life
With a
being
team.
taken care,
Pampered.
care of. Yeah.
I was curious to know, like, because she's done a lot of different periods of time with Mon Mothma.
God, I'd watch that show.
I would too.
Me too.
Yeah.
But like, whenever she comes back to play her, do you have someone telling you, here's what's happened, here's where we are in the storyline, here's this, or does it matter? Is it just what's written? Also, with the year jumps between the episode arcs,
Yeah.
did they tell you, here's what's gone on in that year, or just leave it to you to make it up? Or again, does it matter? Are you just
Right.
playing what's
It's just-
happening?
It's just in the
So-
scripts.
I had some good stuff.
Those are good. Those are good
Yeah.
questions, Wendy.
Now-
I worked to come
Yeah.
up with
Also, tell us in our SNOP Thurple thread, you said you were responding to in your cat rescue group. Someone had complained about something, and that you were starting to respond in a certain with a certain person in mind.
Yes, I was trying to write an email to someone that I don't remember which person it was, but I was thinking, how would Mon Mothma write this?
What would Mon
Because she
Mothma
was
say?
so diplomatic, and one of the things she keeps saying
You're
is she's
right.
like, she had to be. She couldn't
Right.
react the way she wanted to, because if she let the mask drop, if she ruined who she was as a senator, everything fell apart.
Everything falls apart.
So, but I love how she was so, I've been remiss, whatever.
Right.
Her act. She was like, I agree, I understand, but here, I don't know. But so I'm trying to write
Very
this in the
diplomatic.
tone that Mon Mothma.
She seemed very genuine, but also,
Well, and like-
an apologetic, but not groveling, not just classy, but trying to still give that person what they need, just what they
Yes.
need,
Because like
in a very calculated
How many
way.
times do we see like someone interrupt her in the middle of a very like kind of important back channel conversation with like, oh, thank you so much.
Right.
She walks away just like scowl like.
I swear to God, I want to watch this whole show again just for her. I have such a crush
Yeah.
on
Well,
Mon
then listen. It sounds like they are pushing for Emmys. I would imagine she would hopefully be nominated.
I read a thing. She's not one of the top contenders. I mean, she's not a name. You've got so many
She's
names.
not a name, but boy, is she a standout.
She is a standout. And I think there's a reason people are literally on TikTok posting the song from Andor, Niamos, and calling it Mon Mothma Summer. I think there's this. And they did a thing with her
I
dancing.
love
She was
it.
like, I'm always ready for Mon Mothma Summer. And she's like,
That's hilarious.
I feel like there's this undercurrent in Star
so
Wars
wonderful.
of like there's not enough Mon merch. There's not like they're just
Mon
bubbling
merch.
under.
Where's the Mon merch?
Seriously, put out some Mon Mothma merch. But
You
I
could do
think
Mon Mothma cosplay, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Wendy.
100%.
Get like
Wendy.
the senator up or the rebellion, whatever.
You got the hair.
You got the hair.
I
You
could
got.
do the
You
hair.
could do it. And when we get
Don't
a
say I
team,
won't.
we get a team, you just tell them your inspiration is Mon Mothma. and
I want to
there
do
you go.
her pantsuit where she gives the speech and then runs away. She's like,
got
"Welcome to the rebellion."
great pants.
Oh, she's so awesome. Anyway, so that's my Mothma. I did more things though. I went yesterday. I went to the Hollywood show.
Oh
My
yeah.
friend Lori's in town. We
Of
went to
course.
the Hollywood show. I bought you people some things that I
What?
found.
No.
There's never a nerd vendor at the Hollywood show. It's all old
Oh.
Hollywood type posters and whatever.
Okay.
But this vendor, and I talked to them a long time. They were very nice. And they said, we were just testing the waters because we felt like there aren't people like booths like us here.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
Doctor Who, Star Wars, Star
Oh.
Trek, right? Like a ton of cool stuff. So I got y'all ships with little pride rainbows. That's why I kept asking Tara, I'm like, which ship is your favorite? And I sent you all those
Awesome.
options. So that's original
Is that Firefly?
Enterprise.
Oh,
No,
Enterprise.
But they
Okay.
had
Yes.
they had Firefly, and their contact info's here if you want to look at the rest of their
Oh,
stuff.
this
And
is
I got
very
you the
cool.
Falcon.
I love this, Wendy.
And I did not get
Ooh, let me see
myself
the Falcon.
a pride pin,
Ooh,
but I got Rogue One.
Oh,
that's
nice.
Cool. Oh,
That's
that's
awesome.
Ooh, that's awesome.
They had a
These
lot
are
of
great,
That's a really
Wendy.
cool one.
Thank
yeah,
you.
they had a ton of stuff like this with fun little phrases on it.
I love
it's a little
this.
license plate that says Rogue and then number 1. They had other ships. They had a TARDIS with like the pride colors. They
Yeah.
had
This is adorable.
Serenity,
I love
their
this.
ship. They had 2 other Star Trek ships. They had Discovery and Next Gen.
Okay.
Oh.
And then they had some Doctor Who cool pins, but it looks like just like whatever outfit that particular Doctor wore.
Amazing.
So anyway, so
That's so good.
their
Thank
contact
you.
doing here, Geeks. I can't read it.
Geek Regeneration.
There you go.
.com.
Yeah.
So look them up.
Or
They had
at-
a lot of nice pins. in
Yeah, at Geek Regeneration on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Or on Twitter, it looks like at
At
Geek
Re-
Regen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you just put in
Yeah, you can find it.
Regeneration. This
Very
is great.
cool.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
This
Very
is-
Happy
nice.
Pride
I love
Month.
this.
Yeah.
That's
I thought
so
you'll
cute.
like that. I had to get them. Very nice people. I wish them well. So I definitely will go to their website
Very
and see what
cool.
else they got.
I love it.
Um,
Thank you.
So then I also got to meet Kate Jackson from, as you know, Charlie's Angels.
Of course.
She was very pleasant.
Okay.
She wears a mask.
Very
She's had some
pleasant.
health issues, so she's got her own blocked off with curtains booth where she signs.
I gotcha, yeah.
And with an air purifier and fan and mask. But
Hey,
she was
man, you gotta do
couldn't
what
be
you gotta
nicer.
do.
I told her how my friend and I used to fight over playing Sabrina, so that I was Wendy Sabrina and she was Dina Sabrina. So I'm telling that story. But yes, she was she was
cute.
wonderful, very charming.
Wonderful.
Yes, it was very fun. I was surprised how many Scarecrow and Mrs. King fans there were. I don't know if you
Oh.
remember that show. I vaguely, I remembered it, but I don't know if I watched it.
Who was the guy in that?
Bruce Boxleitner,
Okay.
who was also there. There was like a Scarecrow Mrs. King reunion. There were so many fans, like wearing their special shirts and
That's so
everything.
cute.
I did not know it had that big of a fan following.
Sure.
But it does. So anyway, but it was fun. That was like the one person I met that I was like, oh,
That's
I got to meet
awesome.
Kate Jackson.
That's great.
Also, while my friend is in town, is still in town, but we did some escape rooms.
Rooms.
Here's
Plural.
I will give you a lesson.
Oh.
So we did
Oh, boy.
escape. Hi, Leaf.
Hello, Leaf.
We did escapeology at City Walk. We did
okay.
the Scooby Doo room.
Oh.
She's a big Scooby Doo fan.
Ruh-roh.
Oh.
We made it out with 21 seconds to spare.
Wow. Did you
I
have to
was-
get any clues?
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
Well done.
So the last thing, like it was this chart thing, and you had to figure out. And I was like, we were like, I don't know what to do. And it finally it clicked. It's like I knew what to do. So I'm like. So I started doing it. I'm like, I don't have time to explain. They're like under 5 minutes. And it was kind of hard because like they've got these big symbols, but on the sheet they're like smaller to where it's not as clear like which one is what. So I'm looking, I'm trying to remember the number. There was this pad, but I don't have time to write things down. So I'm like remembering the number and I go type it in.
God.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay, what is
so
it?
anxious
Okay,
right
it's
now.
wrong.
I know.
And then I go, it's like, this is our last chance. Boom, it opened. 21
Well
seconds.
done.
So we were on a high, baby.
Yeah.
We were on a high.
Sure.
So he says, if you want to do another one, it's 50% off.
Oh my God.
So we're like,
ya.
do you want to? We don't have this to do. Let's do another one. So it's like, so there was a pirate room
Ooh.
that was about equal complexity.
Okay.
And another one that was a little harder. I'm like,
boom.
no, I was like, I don't have the brain for that.
Let's
Let's just do the pirate room.
Smart.
You've already done one
Yeah,
today,
my brain
you know?
is.
That did not go as well.
Oh.
Here's the problem, though. Here's what happened.
Okay.
I don't blame us completely. Of course, because here's what happened. What had happened was,
What happened?
so we were doing fine. Like we were going through it,
Okay.
figured out that, you crawl over something you need. You don't realize it till you crawl over it again. You're like, oh.
Okay.
So we got into this thing where we had to, like, there's a word. You spell out these things to get the word, and then you get the
Sure.
numbers, and then it's a code.
Sure.
We were trying every freaking lock,
Oh.
and it wasn't, none of them worked.
Okay.
So he's like, oh, then like the hint guy keeps
Yeah.
typing up stuff. He's like, then like we were doing it so long, we're like, well, maybe the 6 is a 9. So we try that. He's like, oh, you're invert the 9. I'm like, well, we tried this. So then he puts it like, do this code in this particular lock.
Oh.
There was no that particular lock.
What?
Oh.
He was referring to a symbol on the lock. there wasn't one.
Oh, they messed up.
So I think they did. So that
Oh,
it's a raining tree.
it happens. It happens.
So then he's like, so finally we're just running around. We're like, that lock's not here. And then I was like,
they
so then
messed
he's
up.
like, do this combination on this lock. And then again, it wasn't working.
What?
We were like, and then he's like, oh, sometimes you have to push up and pull down because they're tricky.
God.
So
Oh,
then we're
my
like,
God.
No,
and
no,
it's
no,
kind of
no,
dark
no.
in there, but we have lanterns. So I'm like holding a lantern and the numbers are little and you got to line them up just right. And so finally, I think she got the one to work. And then from then, but I don't, the original combo, like, I don't think we ever used that on a lock.
Yeah.
To get where we needed to go.
They
Yeah.
messed up. They
And by that-
they didn't reset
by
the
that
room
point-
right or something.
Well, and here's the thing. 2 of the locks had these decorative piratey things, and one of them didn't. So I don't know. But I don't know. But that was the one, like, well, I still don't understand what happened.
Okay.
And then by that time, I was just so done.
Yeah.
So frustrated and done. And then there was
that
this other thing that I had thought I had been doing the right way earlier.
Like, is that like a pirate wheel?
Yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
So I
this whole
was doing the
time,
pirate
Wendy
wheel
has been
thing.
Using,
That sounds
like,
fun.
So-
Gestures and stuff.
As soon, like earlier in the thing, when I did it, and I swear to God, right when I finished what I was doing, I heard a drawer open.
Oh.
But Lori's like, oh, I just opened it. But so I thought it was connected. It wasn't. I needed the wheel for something else. And then-
that threw you off.
so I don't know if it was supposed to open then.
This room sounds like it's not as.
And then we got into the last room. At that point, I was like, I don't even care. And then at that point, it's like he was literally just telling us.
okay, this
I'm like,
isn't quite-
it doesn't even matter.
Wow.
Then
So maybe one escape room per day. Maybe.
and then I told my roommate we did 2. She's like, you did 2?
yeah.
One's exhausting. I'm like, I know. We got
is.
cocky because we were such a high. And well,
Yeah.
it was 50% off, so we was like,
Yeah.
why not? We're not doing anything else.
That's how they get you.
So don't do more than one escape room in a day. Just
Yeah.
take your win
And go
Go
home.
home because
enjoy it.
I was so mentally and physically, like my legs hurt the next day
Oh,
from just the
no.
Wow.
stress. Well, I think the stress and then the squatting down for the locks and getting up and you're like drawing through a thing and don't do more than one.
Yeah.
Well, we're due.
Lesson learned.
But we
We're-
did.
we're
He's
due
like,
for
y'all
an
did great
escape
with
room.
Scooby Doo. I'm like, thanks. We
Put your
did.
fucking lock in the room.
Yeah. Where the hell? We still don't know where that first code went to.
Yeah, that's a little suspicious.
Ah, boy. Well.
Because you gave us those cool pins, I forgot. I got you guys candy too.
Ooh.
Here's some more Israeli candy.
Oh.
Don't know. I can't
Yummy.
explain it because I don't know. It might not be a thing. And then I
It
saw
looks
the
chocolate.
I don't know. I feel like I saw these. They're called Reese's Fast Break
In Israel?
in Israel, and I'm like, oh wow, this is great. They love Reese's, so I got you each one of these. And then I saw
Me.
these at Target the other day, so not quite an exclusive. Oh, I found the thing! I found the note, Shira. I found Shira's note. Anyway, I wanted to get you guys some candy.
But these fast breaks have cool little Israeli
They
writing
do.
on it.
Oh, that is
yeah,
nice.
that's cool.
Thank you.
And then I saw this at the store in the U.S. It's a lemon Kit Kat. I thought I would just
Oh.
terrorize
Oh,
Tara
God.
with it.
Ugh.
Wendy, you
the
wanna
thing is
try
that I
Israeli
love lemon,
candy?
and
You can
that
have-
just seems like
You can
sacrilegious.
have that, Wendy, if you want it. And then these are cool. Ignore the price tag. These are candies, chocolate from Israel. And actually, Shira gave us some of these when she sent us a
Cool.
care package. They're just really good, really
Yum,
delicious
thank you.
chocolate.
That care package had so
Oh my
much.
God, I'm so okay. I found the note. I'm gonna read Shira's note.
Okay,
Oh,
great.
Thank God.
I was just under the candy.
Yes. Okay. Hey, SNOP.
That's good chocolate.
So really slow snail mail, meaning I brought this myself. Snail mail. I know that Buy Me a Beer was meant as a safe and supportive way to contribute financially to your podcast, not literally a call for beer donations, but I just couldn't resist the chance to send you a taste of some Israeli beers. Hopefully they'll be tasty, and if not, well, that's part of the fun.
Yes, and I feel safe and supported by those beers.
Okay,
for
good.
sure. Yeah.
If you're able to enjoy them, amazing. And if you can't take them back to the U.S., no worries at all. I'm sure Kat and her wife Leah will heroically make sure the beers don't go to waste. And I did smuggle them back into the States, so it all worked out. Oh, and I threw in munchies to go along with the beer because what's beer without a little munch? L'chaim from Shira. Okay. And then she explains what each of the beers are. So the Bindi beer, a punchy IPA bursting with fruity and floral hops, delivering bold flavor and just the right amount of bite. I agree. The Alexander Blonde, the first one, was a crisp, well-balanced blonde ale with a touch of sweetness and refreshingly smooth finish. A guaranteed crowd favorite. And then the one that we couldn't identify, the Malka Admonite, or Malka. Malka means queen in Hebrew. This rich, bold red ale delivers roasted malt depth and a smooth, gentle bitterness for those who like their beer with personality. Thank you so much, Shira. I'm so glad I found this. Thank you again. This is all great. But yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Right. Yay.
Yay, we did it. Okay. Back to the show.
Fun.
Shall we do some nerd news?
Yeah.
Nerd news. Nerd news. I repeat, we have breaking nerd news.
All right. So, last week, the CSAs, Canadian Screen Awards, happened. And it was the same weekend as the Niagara Falls convention. There's a fan convention that weekend. And so Noe, Banana Cat, and producer Jackie were all on the ground. Jackie actually volunteered for the CSAs. So she was there in some capacity. Anyway, Wynonna Earp Vengeance walked away with 7 CSA awards.
Wow.
CSAs love Wynonna Earp.
They do. So they got Best Movie, Best TV Movie, Best TV Writing to Emily Andress, Best Original Music Drama, Best Stunt Coordination, Best Lead Actress in a TV Movie. Hello, Melanie Scrofano. Heard of her?
Yeah.
Let's see, Best Production Design or Art Direction, Best Visual Effects. Incredible showing at the CSAs for Wynonna Earp
They
Vengeance.
there because they were also at the convention.
I think so,
But-
because Niagara's pretty close to Toronto.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So they were able to. I think
Okay.
I'm
sure they
Emily was
accommodated.
there. I think Emily. I'm not sure if Mel was there, but I know Emily was there.
Cool.
So then, what was really cool is that Emily brought her CSA
Ooh.
to the convention and was letting fans take pictures with it, which is like, come on, like
That's
how,
awesome.
That's such an Emily thing to
Yeah.
do. So congratulations to the whole Wynonna Earp Vengeance team. And I'm going to play for you guys, because we had some reporters on the ground, I'm going to play for you a couple messages we got. That plane is perfectly timed. A couple messages that we got through our voicemail through the website. I'm going to play this for you guys now. Hopefully you can hear it.
Breaking news. This is SNOP Feet on the Street reporters. Kat, Noe, and producer Jackie. We are coming to you live from Scatterbush down the street from the Canadian Screen Awards. More to come.
That's, of course, from producer Jackie.
Scatterbush. What a name.
Scatterbush. Hey. Scatterbush. There's another one.
We are coming to you live from Scatterbush, next door to the Canadian Broadcasting Center, where the Canadian Screen Awards are happening right this second. And Wynonna Earp is hitting it outside the park this time. More to come.
Scatterbush. So thank you guys for being there on the ground. Congratulations to Wynonna Earp Vengeance. And again, this is nothing but good for Wynonna coming back. Hopefully Tubi picks it up.
How many CSAs does Tubi have?
It's a great question.
I'm gonna say 7.
At least 7. That's a great question. Has Tubi won? I'll be looking that up as we continue.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, that's a legitimate question. And like, look,
I'm just saying it's maybe a good grounds for a sequel.
I would think that this, if they weren't convinced that Wynonna was a great title for them before, this has to be a huge check in that positive category. So,
Yeah, we've got less than a month now. Well, just over a month, I guess, till Wynonna leaves Netflix, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Tubi.
More to come. We will definitely be keeping an eye on that. So again, congratulations to Mel, Emily, the whole crew. Very exciting.
Well, another exciting thing that came out this week, the Wicked for Good trailer.
Woo!
Coming out November 21st. Is that the day? I believe so.
Couldn't tell you.
Sounds right.
Sounds right. It's, for me, as it did with the first trailer, this is Tara, made me feel some feelings. And
Okay.
if, again, it's like I don't want to be too spoilery, because in my mind I feel like everyone's seen Wicked the play, the musical,
I
on
think
stage.
It's fair.
But a lot of people saw the movie that have no idea,
I see.
you know,
okay.
what's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't remember.
And I don't it's been a long time for me, and I kind of remember, but there are a lot of details I don't remember.
Okay.
So seeing some of this was very exciting for me, and I think there was some lines in there that really got people,
Okay.
where, will you play Elphaba, Wendy?
Sure.
Do you remember what the line was?
No. I don't know what scene you're
Oh,
talking
okay,
about.
I'm going to play Elphaba, and I'm going to say, I don't have any friends.
And I have so many friends. But none like you. Only one that matters.
Only one that matters,
Nice
but
job,
only
nice
one
job.
that matters. It was very cute.
I have friends everywhere.
But yeah, it was a good one. So I'm very excited. It looks like Dorothy. We don't know who's going to play Dorothy yet.
Right.
there's been some
see the back of
speculation.
Dorothy's
Is it someone
head.
we know?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So just a rando. That's fine because she shouldn't take away from.
It's not
No,
about
you
her.
don't.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
It's
star
not about her.
cameo as
Right.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not about her.
I saw like an AI Taylor Swift as Dorothy, as
Oh,
a joke.
no.
But like, no, that won't happen. But yeah, I think they'll just have some
That'd be weird.
rando. But the cute little lion was so cute. The cowardly
so
lion. He's so
scared.
cowardly and cute. Yeah. So I'm very excited. It's going to be action packed. Who knows how long it's going to be.
Well, they're doing some extra shoots.
Are they still?
I don't know. I don't know
now,
if they're still
or
doing
they're still
it, but
done.
they did.
They did some stuff.
They did.
Wow. So I'm
Interesting.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Make it perfect.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I'm excited. And another trailer, I'm going to stick with this one because
Let me-
this is.
Before
Oh, yeah.
It's November 21st, 2025. Is that what you said?
I think I said November 21st.
I think you did.
I think I did.
Confirmed.
Good job.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Strange New World, Star Trek Strange New World Season 3 trailer also dropped today as of this recording. Very exciting. There's a lot of Mel in it.
A lot of Mel. Wasn't there a cliffhanger
So cool.
for Mel?
There was totally a cliffhanger for Mel.
Oh, you knew she was coming back.
I was really worried about Mel because they haven't really killed off a lot of like big people. It's supposed to be fun and light. I mean, it's not Grey's Anatomy. It doesn't happen all the time.
Sure.
But that she was one they could have, and it would have made an impact definitely on Pike's character and on the viewers.
Okay.
Like just enough.
Yeah.
But it looks like she's survived because she's in a lot of different situations in this trailer. She's just like hanging out with them at like dinner time. She's in a lot of like action-packed scenes. It looks like she's just on the ship now.
Yeah.
She's just kind of there.
You don't think it's like flashbacks?
Oh, God, no, I didn't think about that, Kat, but I hope not.
Oh, boy.
I hope they don't put that many
No,
freaking
I bet she's
flashbacks.
back.
No, yeah, I don't know how they're going to work it out, but because she's also a captain, so it wouldn't be something she would usually be on her own ship.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but whatever, it works for me. Maybe they are on an adventure together because also Captain Kirk is also there along with Scotty. Yeah, Kirk. A lot of Kirk. There's some Scotty. It looks really fun. It looks like a fun season. I hope they do some fun episodes. The thing I like about Strange New World, that unlike Discovery, which I also liked, but they do a lot of those long arcs, and every episode has to be like life or death, everything. What made Star Trek so good when you could watch it when there were 26 episodes where there were some fun, not throwaways, but just some fun low stakes, but there were great episodes and really fun and memorable episodes, where here it's like the stress level is like so high, and it's like you don't just get these fun one-offs. Where Strange New Worlds is definitely, of everything that's come out, been, we're not counting Section 31, that doesn't count.
We don't talk about that.
No. I like how it just like fell off the face of the earth, like nothing.
Like it never happened.
But Strange New World has definitely been the one that has been the most like that brings that fun back.
Awesome.
So I'm
That's great.
hoping that continues.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And maybe they just decided, you know what, let's not hurt people. Let's just bring Mel back. Let's just bring Captain Battelle. She can just hang out with the crew and we'll have fun adventures. So I'm excited for it. I think it's like July 17th or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Right before Comic-Con.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you think they might screen or like, but the first episode will already be out, but maybe they'll do like a pre-screen of the second. You never know.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Will we be there?
Will you guys be there?
I don't know.
We're thinking about it.
We got a few weeks.
It would be our first time since 2011 that we had not that we
Oh,
will
if you
not have
hadn't go-
gone
if you
we
don't
don't go.
Wow, what a
We're
streak.
first time since
We have to
2011.
go. And have to dress as Mon Mothma.
I feel. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. We're
Okay,
going. We're gonna
okay.
go. We already got a hotel that we can cancel. if we
Okay, let's
want.
go, let's
We're gonna go. Let's go. We're gonna go. Oh, Mom Mothma. Mom Mothma.
What are you gonna dress like?
I can dress as something that compliments you, if that's what you'd like.
Erskine. You don't even know who
Which
that
one's
is.
Erskine?
Have you finished it?
No.
Then don't talk to me.
You could be
Her
Erskine.
loyal subject.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to get like
Protector.
You have to get like a cool suit with no collar.
Okay. Okay. I think I can manage that.
You can be You can be.
Oh yeah,
Andor.
Andor.
Welcome to the rebellion.
Yeah.
I
Well-
say that all the time for no reason at all.
I'll figure someone out that can
We'll figure it
compliment.
out.
Because
Let's get to
Mon
work on it.
Mothma
Yay.
needs to be the central.
I
You
said I
know,
don't need to
that'd be
spend the
fun.
money, but oh my god, I can't wait.
All right. Well, that's decided now.
Motel 6, here we come.
Yeah.
Well, something else that might be getting some heat at Comic-Con. So some casting news for apparently they're doing a Vision. Marvel's doing a Vision
Yes.
show, which is a spin-off from WandaVision. Apparently, it's going to be like a mini series that takes place after the events of WandaVision. They're calling it the working title Vision Quest, but we'll see. But anyways, so obviously, what's his name is coming up? What's his name? Bettany. Paul
Yes.
Bettany's reprising his role as Vision.
Good job.
We also know that James Spader,
James?
Todd
Oh, yeah.
Stashwick.
Oh,
some
James
other
Spader,
people.
Ultron. Ultron's
Yeah,
back?
Ultron's back.
Ooh.
And now we know that Emily Hampshire from Schitt's Creek is going to be playing Edith.
Was she?
In
Who?
Schitt's Creek. How much I can't remember how much you watched of
Couple
it.
seasons?
Oh, okay. She was the best friend of David.
Yeah, David's best
like
friend.
she ran the motel. So
Okay.
she was like kind of like front desk,
Oh.
and then she
Yeah.
eventually, yeah,
Sort
yeah,
of the snarky, sarcastic.
Oh, good. Now I'm excited.
yeah,
Yeah, she's
She's
awesome.
fun. Yeah, she's awesome.
So she's going to be playing a character called Edith, which I had here's the article. Edith is it's sophisticated artificial intelligence, stands for Even Dead I'm the Hero. This
Wow.
was Tony
Well, that was
Stark's
Her maker's
augmented
very
reality.
Okay, that makes sense.
Tony Stark's augmented reality
Oh, that's
security
funny.
and defense system.
Okay, so she's gonna have a little snark to her, maybe.
She'll be a little, which would totally make sense. 'cause
Yes,
she's super
that's
snarky.
fun. That's fun.
It provides access to Stark Industries' global satellite network, along with an arsenal of missiles and drones. So interesting how
Okay.
she will embody that character. Will she be like physical
I
embodiment or
wonder-
just a voice? We don't know.
I feel like Edith was already involved. Maybe she didn't play her in the films.
Wait, wasn't she like in his head?
Yeah,
like
but-
that he would talk to her.
First
or,
it
like,
was
in
Paul
Stark's head?
Bettany, but then I think there was Edith
Oh.
that came after Paul Bettany became Vision.
his own. Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
What's her
Okay.
name?
So complicated.
Who?
The-
Edith?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
and
actress.
Emily Hampshire.
I mean, the fact that they're announcing it makes me think she didn't do it in the film.
Oh, I doubt she did.
Yeah.
'Cause
No,
I
no. I don't
mean, that
think she was
so
even,
long
like,
ago. She's
yeah,
like
born.
She's not that old.
Definitely not a name by any means.
We don't have a release date. I'm not finding a release date yet for Vision.
Have even started filming it if they're just
Yeah, exactly.
know.
I thought they had been. Maybe not.
Development, casting.
I wonder how this
design,
will coincide with
post-production.
goodness.
Oh,
Thank you. Was
the Doctor Doom.
no.
No. I don't know.
Agatha.
Agatha?
Oh, Agatha all along.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, which is also another spinoff from WandaVision.
Yeah, which takes like right after
Yeah,
the fact.
exactly.
So it's like
Yeah.
this is kind of like right after. How long after?
And according to Wikipedia, filming principal photography has begun
Okay.
as of March of this year.
Okay.
But you know how these things take
Principal
forever.
photography is yeah.
These things take forever.
Okay.
Scheduled to debut on Disney Plus in 2026. Doesn't really help us very much, but okay. So there you go. Hopefully,
Dawn Michelle King is the original Edith.
okay. So she's been replaced. Sorry, Dawn. And the let's see, the showrunner is Terry Matalas, and he has done some TV,
Should have been Jack Schaefer.
but not anything in the MCU before.
Should have been Jack Schaefer. I'd
He's
be
done
excited
Picard. He did Picard.
about that. Yeah, okay, that's good.
But anyway, so that's interesting. I'm hoping it's as good as WandaVision and Agatha. We'll see.
You know what I think they're going to probably do? Hence the recast is bring Edith somehow in
life?
physical form.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Right.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
Do you think she'll be Vision's new love interest of sorts?
Maybe.
No, Wanda's his love.
Yeah, but Wanda's
Wanda's
complicated now.
Wanda's
And
is
Dad,
Wanda,
I think.
Yeah, because she's gone. Pretty sure. Sure.
I don't
Ish.
know.
Yeah.
I
Didn't
think
she go
it'll
to
be
a
an
different
intellectual-
timeline?
I think she died in
Yeah, because Agatha
last
started Agatha.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
Oh.
she was dead. Yeah.
I think she's literally come out and said, I'm dead. I
Okay.
don't know. I bet it's sort of just
But
like...
no one's ever really dead in the MCU.
No, they're
not.
You can bring them back. Speaking of casting news, a show that none of us are happy about. The Harry Potter series on Max, HBO Max, has their Harry, Ron, and Hermione. I'm looking at
Yes.
Tara with a very skeptical, arched eyebrow.
Yes, they're out. Like you said, Kat, I think when we texted this to each other, they look nice.
They
This
look
will end
very
This will be
nice.
horrible for them.
They're about.
100%.
They're just like
They have
3 kids.
They have no idea what's coming.
They look normal.
I bet they've been warned.
These poor
But,
kids.
like, yeah, it's gonna be rough.
They're
They're going to be like, take your
they
children.
look nice. They're doomed.
They're doomed. Yeah.
Parents, take these kids off social media now.
Yeah, and
Right,
just get them in
yes.
therapy now.
Put them in therapy. Ooh, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be rough.
listen, they look very cute and sweet. The Ron is appropriately ginger.
Yeah.
Harry looks, wide-eyed and very wholesome.
Wholesome.
And Hermione looks really cool.
Hermione looks super cool.
Super cool.
So,
I just hope any criticism of the show, which now people
they're fucking
criticize
kids. I
just
feel
to
bad,
criticize.
you know?
Like, I
Yeah.
hope they don't go after them.
Personally, yeah,
But-
come on.
let's
They can't even comprehend what's like happening with. They're just fucking happy to be part of Harry Potter.
Let's make a pact.
Ugh.
When we inevitably watch the show and tear it apart,
It might be
we
good
cannot.
It-
We'll
it
leave
might
the
be
kids. We'll
good.
leave the kids out of it.
though. Well, yeah.
But other than that, it's open season on this show.
I mean, and you know what? If you're a kid, and they're pretty not that experienced. Like they're pretty unknown.
I think it's kind of like how they cast
The
before. They're like
original, right?
fans, like
Yeah.
they're just fans, and they
Yeah.
want like up and coming. They don't want
Yeah.
some,
I'm sure
And
they auditioned like every kid in the UK.
in the world.
Yeah. My goodness.
Oh, we'd like to thank all the tens of thousands of children who auditioned. Good Lord. That's a lot of self tapes that they had to go through. Goodness.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think the
So-
kids will be fine. I think
Yeah,
as
the
far as
kids
like
aren't the
I mean,
problem. The
well,
kids
as
aren't the
far
problem.
as their ability to be these characters. Now it's
Yeah,
just going
right.
to come from
Sure.
you're going to have if it's not good, you'll have that. If it's good, you'll still have people that hate it because it's not the original. My roommate's a big fan. She
And
was just
because of
saying,
J.K. Rowling.
It'll be interesting to see
Right.
them
That
explore
too.
things they couldn't cover in
Right.
the films.
If
If
J.K.
that's,
Rowling,
if that's what it is.
you know what? If J.K. Rowling wasn't involved,
Yeah.
it would still be annoying because it's way too soon. And
Agreed.
I like the idea. I love the world. Of course, everybody does. That's why that's why literally in my new house I just put up my whole dedicated Harry Potter section.
Right.
It's like even though we hate J.K. Rowling, it's still magical for
Sure.
so many of us, and we want more time in that world. But it just the fact that not only is she involved, but she really almost tried to like rub people's faces in it. Like, yeah, I'm still involved, and you can't get rid of me.
Right. Yep.
So
And honestly, you can't. It's her thing.
yeah.
So you have to either I don't know, balance it out in your brain or I don't know because
Yeah,
she
it's
is
hard.
involved.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's no denying that.
yeah.
I mean, they could have done it a different way of like, yes, these three, Harry, Hermione, and Ron are doing their thing. What about the characters that weren't
yeah.
in this, the sort of the heroes of the school? I'm sure there's other stories that you could tell.
And I
Yeah.
think they probably will.
And maybe they will. Yeah.
Maybe they will.
That's why it's TV. You can tell more.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We'll totally watch
I'm
it.
so
Just to
scared
see
for this.
Just to see.
Yeah.
Curiosity. Yeah.
Speaking of all of that,
Crazy. Interesting
Oh
stuff.
boy.
Huh?
so I added this one.
Oh, very good.
I did. This is Tara. and this is news I think I just saw today, so it was like yesterday today.
Yeah, I
Today
hadn't
this was
seen
announced. Tom Felton, who played Draco Malfoy, who's a very nice person.
Yeah, he seems
He's
very
like
cool.
great friends with Emma Watson. Great
Yeah.
friends. They have such cute videos that everyone wants them to like be together.
Sure.
He, he's an ally. He's just very like nice guy, right? So The Cursed Child is still a stage play, right? So he has been cast as Draco Malfoy, older
fun.
Draco Malfoy, on Broadway for The Cursed Child. Who
Very
I
cool.
don't know really much about The Cursed Child. I never really,
Seen
I
it?
didn't read it. I
Yeah.
don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
So, but people online were ripping him. They were like, I've never seen more of a washed up actor. What the hell has he been
Whoa.
doing this? Oh, it's so pathetic.
What the hell?
The main three Harry Potter people, they're totally distanced themselves from J.K. Rowling, but this loser has nothing better to do than go on Broadway and play his own character from like he's done nothing else. And yeah, he's like a musician. He doesn't need the fucking money. He just does what he wants, but he's a very nice guy. He just seems, he's never been problematic. It's not like I hear about Tom Felton being like a total
Douchebag
a-hole.
or
Like,
something.
he's just living his fucking life. He got this opportunity, and this article from Variety, it does acknowledge, like everything with J.K. Rowling, and it's like you're not. And I understand that inevitably, it's like anytime now you mention Harry Potter, are you supporting J.K. Rowling, or are you just supporting something separate? Because even the actors, the main three are so grateful for these roles and for what, but can denounce
Sure.
J.K. Rowling and
Yeah.
everything that she stands for. So it's really tough, and he just seems really excited to be part of it. And he says, I've never seen anything bring the world together like Harry Potter has.
Right.
And like I mean, I'm 41 now, and I have a fucking Harry Potter collection, like in my house, like featured when I bring people into my, it's like,
Yeah.
it's just a magical,
Harry Potter
it's
is
a
your
memory.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's like, it's a world for me. It's
Yeah,
just a
of
feeling,
course.
and it's an experience, and to me, it has nothing to do with J.K. Rowling. And of course, I think she's disgusting as well. But so to see all those reactions when it's so far from. Anytime Tom Felton has ever posted anything, it's mostly on like Instagram. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Tom, we love you, Tom. We love you. You're so great. Like you're such a sweetheart. He's a musician." And then it's like, what a washed up idiot asshole. Oh, you're so, you need money so bad, you're gonna fucking cave to J.K. Rowling.
Wow.
It
Just
was,
keep in
it was
mind-
bad. Like has been trending now for a couple
awful.
days.
Posts like that are generally from people who haven't done one damn thing with their lives.
Yeah, or like don't know anything about anything. Like
No.
it's like, okay,
It's so shitty.
That's what they're proud of.
Oh.
That's what gives them joy.
Ugh.
Because that's all they got.
So and again, yeah, this all gives JK money because
I know.
but there's so many things. I just think about Gene Roddenberry for Star Trek. Gene Roddenberry was a terrible
Is that true?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
he
didn't know
was a
that.
complete sexual harasser
I didn't know
on set. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Complete. Like he would have women. Oh yeah, no.
Oh,
Think like
no.
what's the guy from CBS?
Oh,
Whatever his name
Moonves.
is. Like, yeah, like he's terrible. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean he. But again, like he was he was ahead of his time in certain things,
Sure,
right?
but
behind closed doors,
not
he
so
was known
much.
for just being this horrible womanizer, horrible for women. Just
Yeesh.
everything. Just like some of the characters. If you go back and watch them, the episodes, you're like, oh god, like.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But does that mean no one can enjoy Star Trek anymore?
Right.
He still gets a credit on Strange
Yeah.
New Worlds. It's like from the mind of, Gene
Joss
Roddenberry.
Whedon
Joss
will
Whedon.
have a credit
Oh,
on this
absolutely.
new Buffy show.
On the new Buffy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we not appreciate new Buffy and for what it probably, I'm sure, is going to stand for and what, but like,
it's
so it's
Yeah.
it's a slippery slope, and I get both sides of it. So, but I don't think Tom Felton deserves.
he doesn't. I don't think so
he's-
either.
I
I think it's a personal decision. Like if
Yeah.
you have a problem with a showrunner or a creator, then that's up to you how you look at their body of work. But don't go after the actors. Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. He's just trying to make a living. He's
Yeah.
just trying to get a paycheck.
Right. And I'm sure I'm sure Tom Felton probably doesn't
need it.
Doesn't need it.
It's fun.
He is probably I mean, and it's just sad that it kind of takes away that that opportunity to really re-embrace. I mean, God, I'd love to see Emma Watson play older Hermione. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
But
kidding. Right?
you know, I mean, I hate J.K. Rowling. I hate her on so many levels.
I know.
I hate her for just how she is, and
Yeah.
then just for like what she's denied us all of. You know.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. No, she's a piece of shit.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's the news. He's doing it.
All
So
right.
on Broadway.
Good for him.
You know.
And listen, every show that he's in will sell out.
Oh,
There are
100%.
plenty of people who would love to see him live as Malfoy. So
I read an article. The woman who played Professor, I can't remember her fucking name. The professor of the plants, the plant professor.
Yeah. Oh, she's like crazy.
Yeah. So the plant professor, where they pull the mandrakes out.
Yeah.
I just read this headline or something. She's like, I'm worried about all the adults that are still so into Harry Potter. These films are for children. And I'm like, fuck you, lady.
She's
what
crazy.
about her, the pop culture lady? Back the fuck off.
Yeah,
Oh
no,
my
she's very outspoken. She has opinions.
Really?
I'm looking at for her name now, but
God.
like she's off a rocker. She is a lesbian, so she gets points for that. Miriam Margolyes.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, she plays Pomona Sprout. She's a little nuts.
Doesn't mean we have to like her just 'cause
No,
she's
you
lesbian.
do not have to like her. She has a documentary series on, I forget which channel, but it's her in a RV going across Australia. She lives in Australia, but she's British. Anyways, she has some very problematic conversations with people of in the queer community and in the Indigenous community. Anyway, don't listen to her. Don't worry about what Miriam says. She's off a rocker.
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
old-
that
she's
popped
old
up,
and
and I'm
crazy.
like, seriously?
Yeah,
Come
Miriam,
on.
Miriam, nobody cares what you think.
Goodness. There are
Anyway.
so many things that are still popular that, you know, it's like,
Yeah,
ever heard of nostalgia?
Yeah, exactly.
Marian, you're like, come on.
Yeah, God forbid a piece of art touches you and inspires you and helps you to realize who you are as a person. Like, come
Right.
on, lady, get out of here.
Ugh,
She doesn't get it.
no. We're not having her on this podcast.
No, we are
never.
not.
I feel like we have to end in a better, positive way.
Well, I've got a positive way.
Oh, great.
Have you kept up with the Eagles? Am I the only one who's
Oh
been-
my God! Breaking news.
They've all flown.
Yes, Gizmo flew today, right?
I'm very emotionally wrapped up with these
Wendy.
Eagles. So Sunny flew the other day. It was
So explain to people what we're talking
all
about.
right. So there's these eagles, an eagle family in Big Bear,
Big Bear Lake, California.
Big Bear Lake, California,
Big Bear,
a few hours
California.
from here. And Sunny, Shadow and Jackie have
Shadow
been
and
living in their
Jackie.
nest for a while.
Yeah.
They had they had three. One
Three.
didn't make it.
Oh, God, when the
They
one...
named her
oh,
Misty.
no.
I did not watch any of that video.
It
I
was-
can't do
It
it.
was tough. It
And
was
I ain't going to
tough.
do it. But the two remaining little eaglets are named Sunny and Gizmo. So they have this little fledging time where they might just leave. They might fly off at any minute. But you can see them practicing. They're like flapping their wings and jumping up and down and practicing getting their muscles all ready. And there's this window that they might fledge, which means they're just going to fly away from the nest.
Yeah.
So when was it that Sunny, like earlier this week, I think? It was like Monday,
maybe
Tuesday?
3 days ago.
It was a while. It was like earlier, I think, of the week.
Yeah.
And Sunny was just sitting on a limb and just went whoop, just flew off.
You could see her like she was
kinda spread her
she was testing
wings.
out her wings a little bit,
And then she just launched.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
gone.
and went to a tree, and everybody was very.
Well, and Gizmo even like he was like you could see him
She.
Gizmo.
Excuse me.
I misgendered the eagle. She was like, "Oh, where
like, what is happening?
where are you going?"
Wow. By the way, there's an eagle cam for everyone
Yes.
wondering. There's an eagle
Friends
cam.
of Big Bear
and
Valley.
it's empty now.
It's empty right now. Because
no.
yesterday morning, poor Gizmo was sitting on the front porch, which is the limb in front of the nest. And she kind of flew up like, "Ooh, I'm flying." And then she came back to the limb, but couldn't really nail the landing. So she sort of fell off the limb and then said, "Well, screw it. I guess I got to fly."
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the video.
Watch the video. She just sort of like, "Whoa," and then she fell. And then she just flew to this other tree. And
Sometimes you have to fall to fly.
and she did. And either Shadow or
Well
Jackie,
said.
mom or dad, they brought her a fish so she wouldn't go hungry. And then she flew to
Aw.
another tree, and she was hanging on in another tree.
Okay.
And then I don't know where Sonny's been, if Sonny's been flying around, but the mom and dad eagles keep up with the babies. They make sure they have
Aw.
food wherever, because they go to trees close by. Yeah, they've taken them fish in these other trees.
I didn't know
And then
that.
even mama or daddy who was feeding Gizmo in her first tree was like handing her the fish because it's like, where's nowhere to put it? You're trying to balance it.
Oh, wow.
so
I'll feed you
Like,
like when you were a baby.
Yeah, like they went to their dorms.
Yeah,
in
it's kind of like
college.
they've gone to college. Well,
Yeah.
because when Sonny first left, a lot of people were very emotionally shattered. But then Sonny came home for a couple of days because
Sonny
Gizmo
came
was
home.
lonely. I've been singing that a lot. So Sonny came home after like a day or so and was hanging out again with the family, and it was so sweet. And then Sonny left again, but you think, and then she
It's like
comes
Sunday
back,
dinner.
Then she leaves, and then Gizmo left,
Came
and now
home to
they're
do
just
laundry.
all like wherever.
Big bag of
Yeah.
Like the nest is empty. Go to the second cam. See
Well,
what's
where can people
happening.
watch this?
Friends of Big Bear Valley. I don't know the exact website.
Yeah,
but
so
it's-
this is Gizmo's this
Watch.
is Gizmo fledgling.
Well, you can't see it if you're listening, but look it
Yeah.
up. Gizmo's fledging.
Oh, there's
Gizmo
multiple
fledge.
angles.
Gizmo's like, "Hey, what's up?
Yeah, she's like,
I'm an eagle."
Look
Hey
at my
guys,
wings.
Look at my wings.
And then she's like,
It's
woo,
oh,
woo,
oh,
here I go.
Oh,
No,
He's like, nah, I'm
they,
chill.
they
I'm
have a
gonna
lot of
hang out.
false starts.
I'm cool. I'm just gonna hang out.
Did anybody see that? I hope
thought
nobody
about
saw
it.
that.
And here you go.
Okay.
Look, I'm flying, I'm flying, I'm
Oh,
gonna
God.
land.
Oh, no, no, it's cool.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
no,
Whoa.
no.
Oh God! Oh no! She really did fall off.
She fell.
But then she flew to another tree, and it was all fun.
I feel like that's how I would do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Quite accidentally.
So the sisters are out flying
It's
around.
like, well, I
Mom
hope a
and
million
Dad.
people weren't watching that.
Oh yeah, millions of people. Little do they know that they've been every moment of their life has
Oh,
been watched.
I have been watching these eagles. I mean, when I'm not doing anything at the computer, I'll just put up the cam full and
Is
just
it
leave it up.
24/7?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
at night
Oh,
you
wow.
can't see as much, but it's
Okay.
up all the time. They have
Wow.
chats. So, and
That's
when
fun.
Sunny
It is
first
very
left,
fun.
we had interviews with a woman who knows a lot about this, and she was like, "Calm down. she's not going far. She'll probably come back to eat, to hang out.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. This is
Yeah.
all part of the process because it's very traumatizing. Like I've been watching like on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and people are making music videos.
Oh.
They're like, there's people posting, "Why am I so emotionally wrapped up in these birds?" And they're having these
know.
emotional.
It's
And I'm sure a lot
hard.
of it's like their own kids have left the nest, but it's just like you watch this little family grow, and then like they're just gone, and it's so traumatizing. They're just little baby eagles.
So these eagles, do other eagles live in the same spot, or because I feel like the eagle cam, I feel like they always show in LA, here in LA,
Yeah.
especially during the wintertime, they'll show the eagle cam a
Sure.
lot.
Yeah.
So are they like different nests?
The
And then,
one,
like,
the main
this-
one is one nest.
Okay,
Okay,
so it's like
and
these two
it's-
eagles that have like
It's
they
Jack
had
and
babies.
Shadow's house.
Yeah, Jackie.
Oh.
You know the whole story, right? Jackie had another
Lover.
lover.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then Shadow came into the picture and scared him off, and so now it's
Oh, shit.
Shadow and Jackie.
Yeah.
You gotta fight for love.
And they had. Well, how has Jackie had eaglets before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spirit was in, I think, 2021 or something. I'm like, why
Whoa.
didn't we follow this? It was 20 or 21. I'm like, we were so wrapped up in COVID.
There's
like,
other
we
stuff
probably
going
didn't pay
on.
attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Spirit, Simba, and Stormy, I think.
Oh, there you go.
So
I
she's
feel
had other eagles.
Okay, because I feel like I've just seen glimpses of an eagle
Yeah.
cam for
Yeah.
a
Oh,
while. Yeah.
It's always this one because we always have it. Like we always have it, especially during eagle breeding and
Right.
egg season.
Yeah.
We'll have it up to where I can see it at work.
Yeah.
And then we were watching for the hatching, and then are they going to make it? And do they hatch? And then now that they've
very
grown up, it's like watching
dramatic.
for the fledging.
It's very dramatic.
It is, but it's nature, and they've had a few babies, and
Yeah, and unfortunately, nature is harsh. And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't always
Oof.
make it. And
but Gizmo and Sunny are doing pretty well. Like when I can't see them, I'll look it up. I'm like, where's the expert telling me where these are?
Oh, right.
And they can pan
Are they
around.
tagged? Are they
No,
like, okay,
No.
I mean
okay.
they can pan around and find the trees that they're in
Okay.
on some of these cameras.
yeah.
That
So-
I gotta get some drones in there.
I don't know if that's.
And there, you know what? There's people on the ground
can they
too
put,
watching
like,
this.
can they put like an eagle costume on the drone? Like it's another eagle and like it's trying to seduce.
I feel like they would.
when
No.
you know?
No, that sounds.
One of those eagles would take
Well,
that
you know,
thing
like-
out.
problematic.
That's true. That's true. The eagle could literally probably
Oh, I'm sure
snatch it out of the sky.
Yeah, I'm sure Shadow would just fuck it up
Yeah.
as
Oh,
he
yeah.
should.
Damn.
So It's been a very emotional.
It's a whole
couple
thing.
weeks of watching.
Does
these
anyone
Eagles.
give a shit about where this other guy went? What
other guy?
After Shadow kicked
That's a
him
good,
out.
Yeah,
that's a
it's a
good
good
question. Where
question.
did he go?
No one's no one cares
I didn't
about this
even-
other eagle.
I didn't even know about this till the other day. Ever since I've been here, it's always been Jackie and Shadow. So I don't know about
there's
this
like
other
a
dude.
whole saga.
Wow.
Let me see. They have a Wikipedia page.
Of course they do. They're having a birthday, like a celebration party on June 21st, but sadly I won't be in town, or I would 100% go. In Big Bear. I would go to the Big Bear Eagle party, but I'm not in town. I love them.
Unfortunately, there's no mention of the other eagle on their
His name
Wow.
had a,
Jackie and
like
Shadow's
a bee.
page.
It was like Mr. B. Look up Jackie's former lover.
Jackie is believed to be the first eaglet hatched in Big Bear Valley.
What?
In 2017.
How was she the only eaglet hatched? I feel like Big Bear would be teeming with eagles.
Mr.
would
B.
think.
Big
Mr.
Bear
B.
in California is the mountainous, beautiful
It is.
lake. You want to go there for autumn, for Christmas. It's adorable. There's
Yes,
pine trees
it's
everywhere.
Great. It's a great spot.
You
so,
need chains to drive up there in the winter.
unless you have a Subaru. So he is mentioned actually when she and her mate, that's all they give him, took over
Whoa.
an abandoned nest beside a live stream camera installed by Friends of the Big Bear Valley. Shadow came to the public's attention 1 year later when he replaced Jackie's mate at the nest. That's it. That's all they say
Okay.
about
So
it.
we
They
don't
said he
know
left
what
the
happened.
area. I just saw
Oh,
some.
he left
some-
the area.
Yeah,
left
but
the
I feel
area.
like,
Maybe he got a better job offer.
Maybe. Or maybe.
Yeah.
But
Maybe.
I feel like I remember seeing that like reading Shadow like was just kind of hanging out and was like hovering
Okay.
because I think he was like a bigger eagle than this other Mr. B.
Maybe Mr. B went to like Lake Arrowhead or something.
Maybe I
you
hope
know?
so. I hope Mr.
Yeah.
B's okay. I hope he's okay.
I can't believe that there aren't just more eagles in Big Bear.
I think maybe they just don't. They didn't build their nest by the cameras,
Oh.
Maybe that's it.
so we can't keep an eye on them like these two. These two knew where the cameras were and said, "Let's build right there."
Yeah.
Wow.
They're they love the camera. They
love the spotlight.
attention. Yeah.
They're LA Hollywood Eagles.
Yeah, I hope they're getting their fair share. They have a good agent.
Yep.
I'm sure they are. So good luck, Gizmo and Sunny.
Yep.
Hopefully it all works out. I'm sure it's fine.
It better be.
Everything's gonna be great.
We love them.
All right. Well,
Oh.
that is a positive way to end.
There
Thank
you
you,
go.
Wendy. Thank you for
There you go.
for mentioning that.
Well, it's been my obsession for the last few weeks.
Fair enough.
I got to keep up with my babies. All right, we're on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's not podcast with Wendy. We're on Blue Sky where the Eagles fly. At She Nerds Out.
Facebook and Instagram at She Nerds Out Podcast.
And you can send us an email at shenerds@gmail.com. Go to our website, shenerdsOut.com. And thanks again, Shira. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
We should do every
been
podcast with
fun.
Irish beer. I like it.
Irish.
I mean, Irish Israeli beer.
We've
close.
clearly had too much beer.
It's close. It's very similar.
We should do every podcast with Israeli beer. Where the
Oh.
hell did I get Irish?
That's okay.
I
don't
mean, they
know.
make Irish beer.
I know they
Irish
both
beer's good
like,
too.
They do
Seems
both start
like
with an I,
Yeah.
but they're not the same. I know this.
Ah.
All right.
It's Shira's fault. She gave us too many beers.
Yes.
But
Yep.
hopefully
All right.
I have thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah.
They're really good.
Very tasty.
All right.
Until next time, she nerds out.
Out.
She nerds out. We're girls that like girls that like nerds.